Hi you guys. So as promised, this is going to be the first installment of the Minion tutorial. I'm going to show you from the correct perspective this time, the magic loop method, and I'm going to show you the torso of the Minion. There is one piece of material that I forgot to mention when I was creating this video. You're going to need fiber filling. If you don't use cotton or fiber filling or whatever you use from the craft store, you can certainly use scrap yarn. You just need something to stuff the Minion with. You know, a knee-high, a new one. Fill it with beads or something. Just something so that if you're going to use something little like a bead or a bean or something, make sure that it's wrapped in something else so that it doesn't slide through any loose stitches. That's really important, especially if you're going to give it to a child. I would really, really recommend that you use cotton fiber filling. Also, the eyes are a big question that I've been getting a lot lately. I use little wiggly eyes that you get at the craft store. I think I have some here. Grab a couple. These are the little... I'll try to get these out. These are the little wiggly eyes that I use. These are 28mm wiggly eyes. It's just a flat back, and a little craft glue will get these attached. In the doll section, it's usually near the kids' crafts. So good luck. I hope you give this a try, and there will be future tutorials to walk you through the rest of the Minion. And really, I hope you make it your own, and I think you'll realize as we go through these tutorials that this pattern is really not scientific, and I haven't quite perfected it, and no two are the same. So this is just one of the Minions I'm making, and you know, make your own, make them unique, and I really want you guys to own it and have fun with it. So I'll see you next time.
Hi you guys, so this is going to be the first installment of the Minion tutorial. Hopefully, I'm using my better camera this time, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So like I said in the other video, this is a bunch of different pieces. So I'm going to do a relatively quick tutorial just of the body. I have one that's in process. I'm working on another Minion right now, and I've gotten as far as the yellow body. I've attached 2 arms. Notice that there's no gloves yet, and I've just attached the overalls. Now the interesting thing about this is not very scientific, to be quite honest. The overalls particularly, I haven't quite mastered it. No two are alike, which is really fine because when you're looking at the actual Minions, no two are alike anyway. But they're similar, and that's fine. So I will show you how I got this far, and then I'll continue on. I think I'll do one video for each piece. So for right now, we're just doing this yellow body. It's really not going to have the overalls or the arms attached. It's just going to be a magic loop method. So let's get started. To complete the Minion, a couple of things. I get asked a lot of questions about these Minions. So this tutorial is just going to be for the body, but I'm going to show you all the items that you're going to need to make the entire Minion. This is a US size K crochet hook. Obviously a good pair of scissors, an embroidery needle. This is the topic du jour. These are the googly eyes that I use. These are by Crocheting. They're called wiggly eyes. They're 28mm sized. You can use bigger or smaller if you'd like. I got these at a local craft store, and they're just little, see how they're just little googly eyes. Sometimes they're called wiggly eyes. These are 28mm. You could use bigger, smaller, whatever you choose. And they have a flat, non-sticky back. So what I've been doing is I've been using craft glue to attach these. This is the craft glue that I use. My brand of choice is tacky glue. You can use any kind of all-purpose craft glue, and it comes in this little tube. You just put a little on the back, and then you attach it to the goggles. Let it sit for a few minutes, and it's fine. So add that to your list of items you'll need. You'll need some craft glue. Okay, and then as far as yarn goes, for the most part I'm using worsted weight yarn. I have some, let's see, some gray worsted weight yarn, and this is just for the circles of the goggles, and that's the only thing you'll be using this for. Also, of course, you'll need some yellow yarn for the Minions themselves. This is yellow worsted weight yarn. I also have some blue sport weight yarn. This is for the overalls. and also some black worsted weight yarn. This is for the gloves, for the strap of the goggles, and also for the shoes. And then for the little emblem that goes on the front of the overalls, I have some felt. Well, I realize it's tough to see, but this is some blue felt and some black felt. You're going to use your US size K crochet hook, and I'm going to start pulling from my yellow yarn. Now this is the magic loop method. I started to go over this in a rough video, however, unfortunately I wasn't using the appropriate camera, so I was kind of doing it backwards. So here we're going to be using the magic loop method. So you're going to make a slip knot. If you need to go over this slowly, I do have tutorials on how to make a slip knot, do a chain, and how to single crochet. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see where I'm going with this. To do the magic loop method, I hope that's not too blurry. How's that? To do the magic loop method, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Okay. This first chain right here, hope that's clear. This chain, the one away from your needle, not this one, this one. That is going to be your magic loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet 6 into that one chain. So I'm going to slide my needle in, and I'm going to yarn over, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull it through both loops. That's 1 single crochet. Let's do that 5 more times. In through the same loop, oops, yarn over, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull it through both loops. That's 2. Yarn over, pull it through the loop, yarn over, pull it through both loops. That's 3. And you'll notice I have this tail. I'm holding it against my work kind of in the circle that I'm creating. This is the last one. In through the same chain, yarn over, pull it through both loops. That's 6. Now I'm just going to give a little tug to my tail that will close up that little hole right there, and I'm going to bring the tail forward. So what we have here is kind of this almost like a half moon shape. You can see where it's starting to round out, but it has a bit of a flat edge. There's 6 stitches here altogether. So I need to increase this now. So for round 2, I'm going to be doing 2 single crochets in each of the single crochets I've already done. This one right here. So I'm going to slide my hook. Oh boy, that's a tight one. I'm going to slide my hook in so that the V is on top of the hook. So make sure there's both loops there. 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook. Wow, that's hard to say. 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull it through both loops, and now I'm going to do a single crochet again in that same single crochet. So go right back in, yarn over, pull it through both loops. We're going to do that around, so you're going to wind up with 12 stitches. Next one, 5. Oops, I think I missed on that one. Just redo that. Okay, now we're going to go 5, 6. Next one, 7, 8. So now I've done 2 single crochets in each of my single crochets. I know this tail is kind of in the way, but now I have this circle. Okay, and this is ultimately, that is the top of the minion's head. So that's 2 rounds. And you can see how it's one continuous spiral. You're always 1 stitch ahead. It's not actually a circle, it is a spiral. So for round 3, I'm going to continue my increase. At this point, this tail can stay here because this is now the inside of the head. So that'll be hidden anyway when you stuff it. So now for my round 3, I'm going to continue to increase. I'm going to do an increase in my first single crochet, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next single crochet around. I'm going to wind up with 18 stitches. So I'll do the first couple with you. You're going to put your needle into the first single crochet, make sure the V is on top of your needle, yarn over, pull it through both loops, and then go back in through the same single crochet, yarn over, pull it through both loops. So now you've done 2 single crochets in that first single crochet, and then in the next single crochet you're going to do 1 single crochet, yarn over, pull it through both loops. Okay, so now that's 3 stitches. Now you're going to continue around until you reach 18. So there's my 18 stitches. That one's a little loose, but it'll kind of tighten up as we go, so I'm not too worried about it. But you can see how the head is really starting to form. We're just continuing to increase. So now we're ready to start round 4. For round 4, we're going to do the same kind of increase where we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next single crochet. And then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 around. We're going to wind up with a total of 24 stitches. If it's easier for you, you can certainly put a stitch marker at your first stitch. It's really personal preference. I prefer to count it out, but it is entirely personal preference. So I'm going to start in my very first single crochet, which is right here. 2 single crochets in the first single crochet. So there's 2. Single crochet, single crochet. So there's my 4 stitches, and I'm going to continue around. It's basically a pattern of 4 until you reach 24. 17, 18, 19, 20, and I'm going to do this last one in slow motion so you could really see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's round 4. We have now 24 stitches. For round 5, we're going to do the same increase, 2 single crochets in the first single crochet, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the next 3. So it's a set of 5 stitches, and we're going to repeat those 5 stitches around until we have 30 stitches in total. So 2 single crochets in the first single crochet, that's 2. Then single crochet for the next 3, that's 3, 4, 5. We'll repeat the pattern until we hit 30. Okay, that's your 5th round. Now for the next 10 rounds, you'll just do a single crochet around for the 30 stitches. That'll make a short minion, 15 around for a tall minion. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started, and I'll meet you back here when I get to the next portion so we can start decreasing together.